The Young King and the Magic Sword is a Middle Eastern story. Once upon a time, in a vast desert country in the Middle East, there was a kingdom ruled by the young King Amir. King Amir was still young and had just ascended the throne, so he sometimes became uneasy about how to govern the country. The people of the kingdom loved him, but he often suffered from the heavy responsibilities of being a king. One day, an old sage appeared in the royal palace. He was known for his long beard and deep wisdom. The wise man said to King Amir, "King, great fate awaits you. However, in order to fulfill that fate, you must obtain certain magical powers. Its power resides in the legendary magic sword." King Amir asked curiously, "What is a magic sword? How do you get it?" The sage replied slowly, "The sword is hidden in an ancient temple on the top of a distant mountain. There are many trials waiting for the temple, but only those who overcome them can obtain the sword. By holding the sword, you will gain power and wisdom as a king." King Amir was determined and decided to embark on a journey, believing in the words of the wise man. He continued to cross the desert and climb steep mountains for several days. Many difficulties awaited along the way, but the king overcame them all. Finally, when they reached the temple on the top of the mountain, there was a huge stone door waiting for them. On the door, it was written in ancient characters. "Only those who have courage and wisdom can open this door." King Amir took those words to heart and touched the door. Then, strangely, the door slowly opened, and the king stepped into the temple. There were many trials waiting for them in the temple. In the first trial, the king got lost in a huge labyrinth. In the maze, there were many paths that diverged, and I didn't know which path to take. However, King Amir thought calmly, stared at the glow of the stars in front of him, and proceeded with the conviction that the path was right. After passing through the maze, the next ordeal awaited us to cross a large river. The river flow was steep and there were no bridges. After thinking for a while, the king collected the branches of the trees growing on the shore, made an improvised raft and managed to cross the river. The last thing that awaited me was the ordeal of moving a huge rock. The rock was so heavy that it seemed impossible to do anything alone. However, King Amir did not give up and found a way to move the rock, sensing the power of nature around him, and so I finally got over the last test. At the end of it, a magic sword was shining. The sword emitted a dazzling light, and there was a divine aura around it. The king took the sword in his hand and held it with great force. At that moment, a mighty force flowed into the king from the sword, and the king felt new strength and wisdom within himself. The king left the temple and returned to the kingdom. King Amir came to rule the kingdom not only with the power of the magic sword, but also with the wisdom and courage he gained through his trials. He calmly handled any difficult situation and worked tirelessly for his people. The kingdom prospered day by day, and the people praised the king's wisdom and strength. King Amir never used the magic sword as just a symbol of power. He used his power to protect his people and guide his country, and he worked to ensure that all people could live in peace and happiness. And the kingdom enjoyed peace and prosperity for a long time, and the name of King Amir was passed down. That's it.